Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to teach you how to do a voluminous, beautiful blow dry at home. Kind of a salon quality blow dry that you can do on yourself. A lot of my guests really love the way I blow dry hair and wish that they could do it on themselves, so I decided to make a video so that you can do it when you're not in the salon. So I did a little bit of filming at the beginning of the year and I actually haven't posted any of it because I decided that I kind of want to rework my YouTube channel in the way I want it to be. Basically, I'm going to be doing more tutorials. I really want to involve my career with my YouTube, so I do hair for a living and I figured I should do some more hair tutorials. I'm still gonna vlog, I'm still gonna do vlogs, but it's going to be a mix of vlogs and tutorials. So I will still be vlogging, there will be tutorials for those who like tutorials and vlogs for those who like vlogs. So let's get started. Okay, first we're gonna apply our product. I'm gonna show you my very favorite product that I use in the salon all the time. I sell it to so many of my guests. They love blow drying their hair at home with this stuff. This is the Oribe Imperial Blowout. It gives incredible volume. So it actually starts out as a cream and then it turns into a powder when it's activated with heat. Looks like this. They've changed the pump a little bit as well, so it might look different if you have the old version, but this is what it looks like. I'm gonna use this much. This actually might be a little too much for me. I would say you might wanna start with a half a pump because that was like a full pump and I don't know if I'll use this much. I'm just gonna try to be a little light-handed. Just gonna make sure you get it at the roots. And then you can go ahead and drag it through the ends because it's still gonna give you some memory through those ends. And it's gonna make the ends look kind of thicker as well. So I drag it through everything. And I did get a little bit too much. I'm wiping the rest on the towel. You probably would only need half a pump. I'm also gonna put in this. This is the Ample Agora Volumizing Light Foam. This one they've also repackaged. It's in the Maroto volume line. This is one by Shuamura. And this one also gives a ton of volume and thickness through the hair. I like mousses because they just kind of expand the hair, make it look bigger all around. I'm gonna put some of this in. This is the Bumble & Bumble Brilliantine. This is one of my favorite products because it makes the hair look very polished. So I'm putting it in so that I can get a nice polished look to my hair, so that my hair looks really shiny. It helps with shine. And it really just makes your all-over blowout just look really nice. And it has a lot of good memory to it as well. And lastly, I'm just gonna put in another Shuamura product. So this is what the last product looks like. This is the Urban Moisture Hydro Nourishing Double Serum for dry hair. I'm really just gonna put this in my ends. On my hair, it's a little heavy and I have finer hair. So if you had thicker hair, you probably wouldn't have a problem. But I am just being careful not to put it at my roots at all, especially because I want that volume at the roots, so I don't want it to be weighed down by anything. But it actually also protects against pollutants in the air. All right, I'm gonna go through and brush my hair. I'm using a wet brush. Wet brushes are so great if you're brushing your hair wet. Your hair is in the most fragile state when it's wet, so using a wet brush just helps it not break when you're brushing it through. Now, if I was doing this blowout at the salon, I'd be doing it a little bit differently. I'm kind of doing this a little bit a different way so that it's easier to do on yourself. And keep in mind, it's still gonna be easier if someone else is doing it for you, but to do it on yourself, this is just kind of how I'm doing it. So I'm gonna take a section kind of like this. We call it the mohawk section. So you're basically taking this section all the way down the back. So I take it back about this much to here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect when you're blow drying your own hair. It's hard to get it to look exactly perfect, so just do the best you can. I'm gonna clip that out of the way. I'm going to take my blow dryer and I'm going to do a pre-dry. So I'm pre-drying the roots. A pre-dry is just, you're just getting the roots dry. You want to get about 80% dry before you go in with your round brush. So that's what I'm doing now. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to be lifting it like this, and then I'm gonna let it get that little bit of bend. I'm gonna use my blow dryer in here and kind of shake it. That's gonna give me that space and volume so that it's moving my hair away from my scalp and creating that lift. See, that just gives you a little bit of lift, and compare that to that side. Now this can be kind of a hard part for a lot of people when you're switching hands, but you kind of have to if you want to get enough volume in that other side. If you're left-handed, this is going to be the easier part. If you're right-handed, it's going to be a little bit harder because it's easier to have the blow dryer in your dominant hand. I'm using this size of a round brush. The bigger the round brush you use, the more volume you're gonna get. I like a smaller one because I like to give it a little bit of like wave. The bigger the round brush, the bigger the wave, so you won't have as many small bends. So if you want more volume, use a bigger round brush, but I kind of like the way it looks with the size like this. And this part can be kind of difficult for people. If you can't get it down, it just takes a little bit of practice. This is just the like 90s kind of blow dry look that people have been after. So I'm just gonna kind of go one section at a time. And my sections are kind of like this big, I would say. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you're going to be tucking your round brush in like this, and you're gonna be pulling it up. So you're gonna be pulling it this way, and pulling it all the way out with the blow dryer, and then you're going to tuck it under like this and rock it. This is hard for a lot of people because they get tangled in the round brush. You can always unroll. So that's what I like to say is unroll. But this is one of my favorite blowouts to do on people in the salon because it gives them just such body and movement and just tons of volume through the roots. The rocking motion is the biggest thing. So you're gonna be rocking back and forth like this, and your blow dryer is gonna be here. So you're gonna be pulling it up just like that. And once that piece is hot, I like to give it a little bit of a wave. That's something I like to do to give it more of like a curl effect. And you're just gonna do that all over the head, and we will do this part last. The back is going to be the hardest part to do. Alright, moving on to the other side. And you can see how much volume that gives and that just bend and movement. Super pretty. Okay, so now this section, we are gonna go from the back to the front. So taking this part first and then keeping this clipped out of the way. And we're doing the same motion, but we're gonna be bringing it forward. So we're gonna be taking these pieces and moving them forward. This is also like a really good way to get rid of cowlicks as well. For me, I think it's gonna be easier to hold it like this. At this point, you can totally do that too, if that's easier. All right, this is our last section. You can also blow dry curtain bangs in kind of a similar fashion if you want a lot of volume in your curtain bang. Now, if you wanted to get a ton of volume, you could pin each section as a pin curl. That takes a really long time though. I don't like to take that much time on my blow dry in the morning, so I'm gonna go through and hairspray before I do anything. And the hairspray I'm using is the Lac Extreme. It's a triple mist diffusing hairspray. It's extreme high hold, so if you don't want a lot of sticky and you want to be able to kind of move your hair more, then use something a little bit more flexible. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hands and put my fingers in. And this kind of helps reactivate the volume and just kind of add to it. And this blow dry is also really great if you don't want to have a part as well. Alright, now mine kind of wants to part here, so I'm just gonna kind of let it do that because I like having a little bit of a part, but with this blow dry you can move it however you want and you should be able to part it pretty much wherever you want. Now I like to put a little bit of extra oil in my ends just to kind of help with frizz. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit more of that Shumora oil in my hands. This is another trick for volume if you just kind of use your hands and push that up. And then I'm just gonna do one more once over with the hairspray now that I've kind of got it placed the way I want. And just look at that volume. And it looks really cute with like face framing layers. Most important part I'd say would be that blow dry right in the front here. It really gives you that really cute swoop, which I am just loving. And it's just super cute and kind of throwback vibe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like watching tutorials separate from the vlogs. From now on when I post vlogs, I'm going to say in the title that it is a vlog, and the other ones are just gonna be mostly tutorials, which I think will work really great. And I hope you liked this video and like the way that the hair looks. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.